Hey CNR Colony, welcome to another hidden video. It's a sad evening for us because, as you saw in this week's video, I'm going to be releasing this colony. Now, pretty much the entire colony is in here, in this test tube. I was looking and I saw 2 queens and a lot of workers, as well as some brood. Right now, I'm looking for a suitable location for their release. Now, if you guys have ants yourselves and say you can't keep them anymore for whatever reason, or you don't want to keep ants anymore and you have to release your ants, first of all, if your ants are not native, if you didn't catch them from your area, you should not release them. Definitely not. That can cause an ecological imbalance and just is not good news, as you saw in one of our videos. But if you did catch them from your area, you can release them. Now, some people, there's a certain train of thought, a certain school of thought rather, in ant keeping, where they say if you catch them and you raise them in captivity, you shouldn't release them at all, even if they are native to your area and you caught them from where you live. They say you shouldn't release them because it can mean certain death, and you know, they've adapted to being pretty much spoon-fed and all of this. I don't know if that's true. Sure, it might be true with, say, if you're raising larger animals, like larger wild animals. They don't have the necessary skills to survive, but I feel like ants are different. I do feel like ants just naturally and instinctively know how to survive, whether it be in captivity or in the wild. But one of the things you have to keep in mind is you need to release them in an area that is currently unoccupied by another ant colony. Like, you don't want to create a war by placing them in another ant colony's territory. So right now, I'm looking for a suitable spot to place this test tube, which will be their holding cell for now. And then the ants will just simply move out. And these are very nomadic ants, these pharaoh ants. I am not worried about them not being able to move out or not knowing to move out. They certainly will. Now, as you saw in this week's video, this species of ant is an invasive species of ant here in the Philippines. They're everywhere, but they were introduced here many years ago. And as you can see in my ant room, they're a very powerful force to reckon with and can displace, outcompete, or even eat other ant colonies. So I'm going to look for a place that I know, and it's a garbage dump site where people dump garbage. And I know there will be lots and lots of food for this colony. I'll know that likely there aren't any native ant colonies there, but these pharaoh ants, our tomb raiders, will certainly be able to survive at a garbage dump site. Alright guys, here we are. So this is an empty plot of land. And I know this area because it's in my neighborhood here in Manila, Philippines. Kind of a garbage site. People dump stuff here even though they're not allowed to. But I haven't seen any species of native ants here. So this site, I think, is the most ideal. So I'm going to now set up the camera for the closing scene of this week's ant video.